The real identity of the mystery man on Raw, Saturday night's main event, has massive mistakes. John Cena admits he went into business for himself. John Cena gets brutally honest on facing The Rock one last time. Another icon will 100% be gone from WWE. The real reason why CM Punk missed WWE Raw this week. Liv Morgan has issues with her close real-life friend. A major update on LA Knight's WWE future. Kairi Sane should betray Asuka before the end of the year. Let's dive right in. Saturday night's main event has massive mistakes. The upcoming edition of WWE Saturday night's main event will feature the final match of John Cena's wrestling career. He'll face Gunther, the winner of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Cena wanted to showcase the future in the tournament, as well as at the event, holding his final in-ring performance. Main roster stars will face off against NXT performers on the undercard. With a rushed preparation outside of the 17-time champion's final match, WWE made the next 5 mistakes with Saturday night's main event. Number 1, cramming it into 2 weeks after Survivor Series, War Games. WWE scheduled the final edition of Saturday night's main event for 2 weeks after Survivor Series, War Games. While the build to the annual PLE went on, the Last Time Is Now tournament also took place on Raw and SmackDown. Navigating the holidays is always tough, but WWE has packed several events within short time frames throughout the year. It lessens the impact of focus if they're always promoting another event before the current one takes place. Sometimes, less is more. Number 2, choosing NXT stars who were already featured at Deadline and on SmackDown. Jevon Evans, Leon Slater, Sol Ruca, and Obafemi all competed at Deadline. Evans is one of the most featured stars and has appeared on Raw and SmackDown this year. Ruca competed on SmackDown. These stars are part of WWE's future, but officials could have chosen different names for Saturday night's main event. It seems like favoritism instead of featuring more than a few performers. Thea Hale recently returned to NXT. Lexis King is being used on TNA more than NXT. The future will be filled with several talented stars, so only featuring the same names over and over feels like overkill. Number 3, only 4 matches booked for Saturday night's main event. While there will certainly be loads of fanfare and faces from Cena's past throughout the night, only 4 contests make up the card. Along with Cena versus Gunther, fans will see Bayley face Sol Ruca. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will face Jevon Evans and Leon Slater. New NXT champion Obafemi will face Cody Rhodes. The event will stream on Peacock in the USA, meaning time constraints shouldn't be an issue like they were for Goldberg's final match. That means another match could be added. Number 4, a star of the future doesn't win the Last Time Is Now tournament. With the Last Time Is Now tournament, John Cena said he wanted to pay forward his final match to a young star who represents the future of WWE. Names like Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, and others fit that description since they're under 30. Most of the competitors were closer to 40 than 30, and a former world champion Gunther ultimately won it anyway. The ring general also already retired a WWE legend Goldberg this summer. The honor would have done wonders for any of the aforementioned stars. Number 5, using Cody Rhodes instead of another top WWE star. Cody Rhodes is WWE's top star, appearing on SmackDown every week as well as nearly every PLE throughout the year. Most other champions aren't afforded the same luxury and may only get 2 or 3 PLE appearances per year. The American Nightmare has been on SmackDown the past 2 weeks since War Games and will face Obafemi. If someone like Sheamus had gotten the spot, it would have given Femi a chance to leave with a huge victory. Officials probably won't book its Golden Boy to lose to the champion of its 3rd brand. Finn Balor should appear since his match on Raw was cancelled. If Randy Orton had been present the last few months, he could have put someone over. The inclusion reeks of having Drew McIntyre break up the match or attack Rhodes at some point. John Cena admits he went into business for himself. John Cena has admitted that he went into the business for himself in WWE. The Never Seen 17 is set for his final match at Saturday night's main event on December 13th. Cena's final run in WWE has been about giving back to the industry that made him a star. However, during his retirement tour, there was an occasion when he did step out of his way to create a special moment. During an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Cena was asked about his unique intro for AJ Styles at Crown Jewel. Before the match got underway, the last real champion handed a note to ring announcer Alicia Taylor. The note mentioned Styles as a definition of total non-stop action and the undisputed leader of the Bullet Club. These were references to the Phenomenal One's time in TNA and New Japan. During the conversation on Insight, the 17-time WWE World Champion revealed that he didn't seek permission to have this special intro for his opponent. I wanted to do something special. I went about it the wrong way. I went into business for myself. I should have gotten permission to do that, and I would have gotten permission to do that, but I told no one about it because I wanted to do something special. And in doing so, the people running the show felt surprised. And that's not a position I ever want to put them in because they award me such creative liberty, he said. John Cena revealed that afterward, he apologized to some people in the WWE creative for keeping them in the dark and going into the business for himself. He said the only reason he didn't ask for permission is because he wanted to do something nice for Styles. The match between the 2 icons at Crown Jewel was a special bout that saw tributes from both to their in-ring rivals over the years. Cena hit Styles with an RKO, Randy Orton, a skull-crushing finale, The Miz, and a tombstone piledriver, The Undertaker, as well as a Sister Abigail, Bray Wyatt. Styles, on the other hand, used the Coquina Clutch, Samoa Joe, Scorpio Death Drop, Sting, and Angel Wings, Christopher Daniels, during the match. John Cena eventually emerged victorious in the contest. John Cena gets brutally honest on facing The Rock one last time. John Cena has shared a brutal take on whether he was going to face The Rock one last time in WWE. The champ is set to compete for the last time on December 13th at Saturday night's main event, as he bids farewell to an illustrious in-ring career. WWE's booking of Cena's retirement tour has divided opinion. Fans were largely unhappy with how his ill-fated heel turn turned out to be. When he turned heel at Elimination Chamber, he had the Great One at his side. However, that was the last time The Rock featured during Cena's farewell run. Subsequently, the 17-time world champion went back to being the beloved babyface he was known for. Since then, fans have wondered what could have been the direction with him and the People's Champion, with the possibility of one final match between the two also discussed. During an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Cena was asked about the original plans with The Rock and Travis Scott. The Never Seen 17 said it didn't matter since nothing materialized. He was then asked whether a match with The Rock was on the table and whether it was discussed at all. Could there be anything? That's the thing that sucks about what could have been. It's not what it is. I don't care. First of all, I'm always the last to know. It doesn't trickle down to me. If you watch Unreal, that process is genuine. I talked to Rock, and then the last guy I gotta call is John. I'm usually the last guy they call because I'm the easiest. Yeah, let's do it, no problem, I'm in. So I don't sweat the small stuff. Yo, we don't have those guys anymore. Cool. What do you want to do? We would like to do this. We need you to start being more competitive. We want to put you in these matches. We were going to build to this. That's over. I didn't even get that. Okay, fine, great, he said. It seems John Cena doesn't want to dwell on what didn't happen. Instead, he is focused on what he did during his last WWE run and how it will set up the promotion for the future. John Cena is all set to face Gunther in his final WWE match on December 13th. This was made official after the ring general beat LA Knight in the final of the Last Time Is Now tournament to earn the opportunity. The match will take place at Saturday night's main event at the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. This week on Raw, Gunther addressed his opponent, saying that he will break John Cena's spirit and will force him to give up in his final match. Another icon will 100% be gone from WWE. The anticipation for John Cena's final ever WWE match is at a fever pitch. Amid the excitement, the SNME leader has confirmed that another top star will leave the Stamford-based promotion next year. The talent in question is AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One and Cena have had tremendous feuds over the years in WWE, with the two legends last facing each other at Crown Jewel 2025. Before that match, Styles announced that he would retire from in-ring action in 2026. During his interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, John Cena revealed that he spoke to AJ Styles about his decision to hang up his wrestling boots during their latest storyline in WWE. Cena mentioned that Styles made it clear that he had no interest in having a retirement tour like the SNME leader. I'm like, man, AJ, there are a lot of people who really admire you out there. I know you're thinking of calling it quits soon. Do you think that there's any possibility you would try to do something like this? I honestly think people would pay to see you one last time. He's literally tying his shoes. He turns to me and says, man, I'm 48, and as soon as the words left his mouth, he didn't have to say anything else. It's something about those late 40s, where he's like, I'm already overstaying my physical welcome. They just don't see it, because they don't see what goes into prep. Cool down, recovery, I'm already riding that razor's edge, John Cena said. John Cena added that both he and AJ Styles want to deliver the best possible product to fans. Hence, they have decided not to drag out their careers and are stepping away from pro wrestling soon. You can't tell because he still looks great, still does great stuff, but he can't stay another second because he doesn't want to put out a product that isn't AJ Styles. The same goes for me, like, yeah, this is why I'm going, because I can still give you what you want. I don't want to walk away when I can't. In the same interview, John Cena spoke about his quick loss to Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza 2025. The SNME leader said that it was necessary to build up Lesnar as a strong force in WWE once again before someone topples him. He also let it slip that the Beast Incarnate might ride off into the sunset at SummerSlam 2026 in Minnesota, his home state, during the conversation on Insight. He's a beast. It's his first time back. I've been in this seat before. It's like I'm always in the seat when Brock comes back. The Rock after Miami. Who's the next guy? SummerSlam with Roman Reigns. Here he comes again. After he beats Taker, the Undertaker, for the streak. I've sat in this seat before. You have to figure out who gets the shine that night and if, in his return again, only my perspective. This attraction, where we are going to build until he goes into the sunset, which is, I think, in Minnesota. Creatively, it's very soon. To create a mountain to climb for someone, you have to build the mountain. It will be interesting to see how the landscape of WWE changes after stalwarts like John Cena, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar disappear from the scene. The real reason why CM Punk missed WWE Raw this week, the reason behind CM Punk's absence from Raw this week, has reportedly been revealed. The World Heavyweight Champion has been dealing with a lot of things in his personal life and has not been in action since Survivor Series War Games. Having been pinned by Braun Breaker in the War Games match, the Second City Saint was written off TV. It was stated that he wasn't cleared to compete. Now that he has missed another edition of Raw despite being the top champion on the show, details have emerged regarding his absence. According to a report from PW Insider Elite, Punk was not present on the latest episode of Raw due to to still being on set for filming of the Netflix movie The Bodyguard. It was reported last week that the Punk has been cast as Doghouse in the upcoming movie based on the Catherine Center novel. The WWE star's character in the movie is described as a physically intimidating member of the security detail who is known for his loyalty and humor. A week ago, Punk also missed WWE's flagship show after his beloved dog Larry passed away. CM Punk will be in action on the January 5th episode of Raw, where he will defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. This announcement came after the Vision member pinned the champion in the War Games match following an interference from a masked man. This week on Raw, the former NXT champion addressed Punk, saying he needs him to be the ruthless star he used to be. Breaker added that he wasn't buying the nice guy Punk and called him a fraud. He also warned the voice of the voiceless that he was going to break him if the old CM Punk doesn't turn up for their title match. Liv Morgan has issues with her close real-life friend. Liv Morgan made a blockbuster return at Survivor Series this year, and since then, she has been the hot topic among fans. Her homecoming has reinvigorated the Judgment Day, which was once struggling with internal conflicts. Amid the existing harmony, a subtle yet alarming problem seems to have come to light, which suggests that things are not what they seem. WWE has subtly confirmed that Morgan has issues with her close real-life friend Raquel Rodriguez. However, this is purely storyline-based. This week on Raw, Stephanie Vaquer was looking for a new challenger for the Women's World Championship when Nikki Bella came out, seeking a rematch. Just when Bella was heading to the ring, she was ambushed by Rodriguez. Big Mommy Cool then entered the ring, stared down Vaquer, and issued a direct challenge to La Primera. However, when she headed backstage in the Judgment Day's lounge, Liv Morgan immediately questioned her. The Miracle Kid was apparently surprised at her best friend stepping up for the Women's World Championship without even discussing it with her. Things got tense when Raquel Rodriguez sarcastically asked if she needed to run everything by Morgan. The Miracle Kid was left off guard by such an imprudent response. However, she simply played it off with a smile, saying she couldn't wait to see Raquel win the world title. It was quite palpable that the former Women's World Champion was unhappy with her best friend's actions. The moment Raquel Rodriguez walked away, Liv Morgan's facial expressions changed swiftly. This clearly tells that she has problems with Big Mommy Cool after what transpired this week on Raw. Morgan perhaps feels cheated by Rodriguez, as she was seemingly planning to go after the Women's World Championship following her face-off with Stephanie Vaquer last week. Their backstage exchange underscored an internal fracture in their friendship, and WWE highlighted it prominently. It will be interesting to see whether the company showcases further rift between Liv and Raquel in the coming weeks. Liv Morgan has been riding on red-hot momentum since returning to WWE at Survivor Series. The 31-year-old has made it clear that she wants to see the Judgment Day back on top again. There is a good possibility that the company could give a major title to Morgan in the coming weeks. The Miracle Kid could win the Women's Tag Team Championship, along with Roxanne Perez. The speculation arose after what's been happening around the tag titles lately. A major bedlam erupted in the Raw's Women's Tag Team division last week, and it was the Judgment Day who had the last laugh. Liv Morgan and Cohn were standing tall in the ring, raising the coveted title. That was a clear statement that the Judgment Day wanted the gold back. Besides, the Miracle Kid also emphasized this week that she and Perez will have to win the Women's Tag Team Championship since Raquel is going after the Women's World title. Therefore, there is a good possibility that WWE can put the championship on Morgan's shoulder again. This will open the door for some exciting feuds in the Women's Tag Team division on Raw. However, this is currently speculation. A major update on LA Knight's WWE future. Raw ended in a shocking fashion when the Vision wrote LA Knight off the weekly product heading into Saturday night's main event. According to a new report, there's a major update on the megastar's future. In the show's main event, the Vision's Logan Paul went head-to-head against LA Knight after a masked man attacked Rey Mysterio. Later, Paul defeated his former rival. However, it wasn't enough. The Vision made a massive statement in the show's closing moment when Bronson Reed hit a tsunami on the two-time United States champion and wrote him off television. According to Bodyslam Plus, the two-time WWE United States champion will have a better year in the coming months, as the company plans to position him as one of the top babyfaces on the roster. Moreover, the management is aware of his popularity and will continue his feud with the Vision to gain more positive reactions from the crowd. While he was written off the weekly product for now, it'll be interesting to see what's next for LA Knight when he returns to the red brand. LA Knight was pushed to the mid-card scene following his feud with the late Bray Wyatt in 2023. After he faced new challenges on the blue brand, he entered a feud with Logan Paul and captured the United States Championship in Ohio. Earlier this year, he entered WrestleMania 41 as the United States Champion and put Jacob Fatu over when he lost to him. Speaking on Vince Russo's The Brand, the former WWE writer claimed that talent have told him that Triple H doesn't have faith in the megastar and has publicly addressed it. Moreover, Vince Russo claimed that the game allegedly joked about the two-time United States champion's run. While Vince Russo is an industry veteran, no one has stepped forward and addressed these claims. It'll be interesting to see what's next for LA Knight in the Stanford-based promotion when he returns to the weekly product to challenge the Vision. Kairi Sane should betray Asuka before the end of the year. Kairi Sane and Asuka are in their third reign as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The duo is currently one of the top heels on Monday Night Raw in the women's division. However, there will be a point when they will have to drop their gold, and that's when the equation between them can change. Either of them will have to turn against the other. It would be better if Kairi Sane walks out and turns on the Empress of Tomorrow, and it would be much better if it happens by the end of this year. Two partners separating and eventually colliding at WrestleMania is a typical WWE story that sells well. The same would apply to Asuka and Kairi Sane. They form one of the best tag team units on Monday Night Raw, and a betrayal from Kairi Sane will resonate well with the fans. The former women's champion has been manipulating and controlling Kairi Sane for a long time. She has also been trying to assert herself as the superior mate. In fact, at one point it never appeared that they would win the WWE Women's Tag Team titles either. However, they did. That might have been done to elevate their story as tag team partners. However, a betrayal might be on the cards soon. They might separate by the end of this year by dropping their titles. Kairi Sane can disappear for some time after being snubbed by Asuka, and then return next year before Mania and start a feud with her mate. They can then clash at WrestleMania 42. Kairi Sane also needs to betray her friend because that would elevate her as a prominent babyface in WWE. Turning on Asuka at this juncture means that Kairi is more focused on her self-respect. She is standing for herself and no longer wants to take sermons from her friend. This turn could give Kairi Sane a new direction on Raw. She will be at the level of superstars like Rhea Ripley and Sky. If the fans back her, Kairi Sane could also be booked for the WWE Women's World Championship match. Asuka has been fine as a heel. She draws significant heat from the fans, which every heel should. However, a betrayal from Kairi Sane could further incense the Empress of Tomorrow. She will be more bitter after this snubbing from one of her closest allies in WWE. After the betrayal, Asuka could adopt more sinister ways to teach Kairi Sane a lesson for betraying her. So, how does a betrayal come? What happens between the two that infuriates Kairi Sane and she subsequently turns on HR Mate? It could happen when Asuka tries too hard to manipulate Kairi Sane, and if there's a title defense match by the end of the year between the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, Kairi would walk out of the match, leaving the Empress of Tomorrow to fend for herself. That would be the breaking point of the relationship between the two. It now remains to be seen how long the creative team wants to have the two together in the promotion. The real identity of the mystery man on Raw. The go-home edition of Monday Night Raw before WWE SNME witnessed the return of the mystery guy. The black hooded figure attacked Rey Mysterio and LA Knight and helps the Vision stand tall. Following this development, fans can't stop predicting the real identity behind the mask. Let's look at 4 WWE stars who might be revealed as the mystery hooded figure after the Monday Night show. The mystery man appeared at Survivor Series War Games. Since then, Austin Theory has been the talk of the town among fans. Reports revealed that the A-Town Down star was originally planned to be part of the men's War Games match, but plans changed due to Jacob Fatu's injury. It seems WWE is continuing with the idea of Austin Theory and the Vision, but with the mystery man angle. In the coming weeks, Theory might be revealed as the mysterious guy and eventually join the Vision as its newest member. A few months ago, Ricky Saints was rumored to join the Vision faction, but it never came true. Recently, the NXT star lost the NXT championship to Obafemi. This increases the possibility of him potentially being the star behind the mask. Ricky might be working as the mystery figure at Paul Heyman's orders. In the coming weeks, he could finally disclose his identity and become an official member of the villainous group. Chris Jericho is still part of All Elite Wrestling, but his contract with Tony Khan's company is expected to expire soon. Reports suggest that if the mystery attacker storyline continues until January next year, the black hooded man could be Jericho. For a long time, there has been a big buzz about Chris Jericho's WWE comeback. So if Triple H plans to extend the storyline until January 2026, Y2J might finally make his return to World Wrestling Entertainment. Though it's unlikely to happen. Montez Ford is another name being discussed among fans as the potential mystery man following Raw. The name of the Street Profits member came up because of the mystery guy's shape and build, especially his quickness in his moves and ability to escape situations. If Montez is revealed as the mystery man, it could be the start of his singles run in WWE.